And I am live. I am live. I am live. But I am going to wait until people get in here to start talking about my thrift haul. Watch me get pegged just for singing that. Even though obviously it's not licensed. Hey baby. Hey Blaine. Nothing went wrong. Please try again. What went wrong? Hey, we got 3 people. A lot more people joining than I thought they would right off the bat. Hello everybody. So, I had plans for today, and then those plans fell through. But I still ended up making the best of today by stopping by some thrift stores, and I went by Hobby Lobby as well. And so, yeah. And I got lucky at Goodwill today, and I was just like, heck yeah. Today turned out pretty freaking good. It was like, this was meant to happen. Phone. I swear, my phone just does not like me these days. So, yes. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Ooh, did I lose people because of connection or probably bad video? Probably cause my phone. I've just learned that it's not my internet. It's my phone. Cause my internet, my Wi-Fi doesn't cut out on my laptop. The only thing it cuts out on is my phone. Hey, Dolly Grandma. I have 2 Chatty Cathy dolls. One was repaired to work, and one is for looks because it was repaired to work. But then, sorry, that was Facebook. It was repaired to work, but it got damaged in shipping back home. So I'm just like, okay, well, you're just going to be for looks. That's just how the cookie's gonna crumble there. You're just gonna be for looks. But hi, Dolly Grandma. I got lucky today when I was out. Okay. Well, let's see. What's first? Oh, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting my cell phone charger, not my cell phone charger, my cell phone case to automatically eject my phone out of it. Stupid thing. Okay, let's try it this way. Excuse me. Technical difficulties. I know, so professional, right? So professional. I am a professional, guys. I swear I am. What is up with this case? Oh my goodness. I don't know what's up with this case today. For a Patty Play Pal doll, oh, I have only seen those at doll shows, and usually they are way too expensive for me. I know Dolly Grandma has some Patty Play Pal dolls, but okay. Okay, I got sidetracked. Okay, one of the first things I found was this 80s Hasbro My Little Pony And I thought she was weird because she had shoes on. And I thought the shoes were molded on. But the shoes actually come off, which is really cool. And then you can see on the bottom it says Hasbro. So she's in pretty good shape. She has a little bit of something on her cheek here. I'm thinking that might be glue. Hopefully I can get that off. But she even has a hair clip, which I'm guessing is original to her, since her cutie mark is like a thing of ice cream. But she's really cute. Only paid 99 cents for her. And then I found she was in one piece when I got her. But then I dropped her and she just like the rubber band's like, nope. But she's an easy fix. I just have to figure out how to get the rust and stuff off of her joints. But she's a Madame Alexander Tinykins or something. And she has the knee joint, which I've never owned one with the knee joint. She's Gretel from Hansel and Gretel. So, yeah, this is Madame Alexander Gretel. Very cute. She just needs a little fixing up, a little washing, and she'll be good again. I also found these two Hasbro dolls. I've seen them on Instagram and other Facebook pages. I cannot remember the name of the line, but I always remember that they're really super cute. They have something to do with like space. Hey Paula! They have something to do like the cosmos and space and stuff, and I was just like, yes, let me grab these. Aw, love you too, Paula. So I got these two. Of course, no shoes, but they have their original stockings. Oh yeah, the one that they said was in the graveyard. So I got those. I got this knockoff Barbie fashion doll because I have one like her already, except the one I have has a hair grow mechanism. This one does not. This is from Lucky Inc. Incorporated from like 1993. So early 90s. I don't know. I just thought the face mold was unusual. She has the bend and click legs. Twist and turn. I mean, the chest plastic is a bit cheap. But the rest of her isn't that bad. The chest plastic is pretty cheap. It's pretty thin. So, but I thought, hey, why not get a friend for the one I already have? And then I found this grow hair, Chrissy. She's rough. rough. Her eyes are fogged over. This is not her original dress. It's handmade, but it isn't too bad on her. She has a loose arm. And I think someone might have given her a haircut, or her hair is... I am working on stuff. I've actually been going through and weeding out my collection a little bit. I don't plan on keeping this one. I actually know someone who loves to customize these dolls. So he's probably going to be getting this one. But I have been weeding through some of my stuff, so expect like a doll video in the near future. Or a doll sales video in the near future. But this time I'm also going to post it on Facebook and stuff. I have a weakness for these dolls. The Walda family dolls. I have a weakness for these dolls. So I bought two. These are what I call the Walda cousins. They're still a generic, pretty much, doll with the same face. Just different bodies and different makeup and stuff. This one, she has a loose foot, which is pretty easy to fix. I can fix it. And this one was special because she has a music box in her back. She would be my third one. She would be my third one with a music box. I have a Walda pirouette clown, an actual Walda with the molded Mary Janes and everything. And it plays In Comes the Clowns. And then I have one like her that's dressed in a prairie outfit. I can't remember what song she plays, but I know she has a music box in her back. I started to recognize what song she plays, but then I lost it. I can't. And then I found this in the game in the game department. Maxie! I actually have a Maxie doll up in my closet. With some of my other non-Barbie fashion dolls. But this outfit is pretty much complete, just about. Except it does not, it's missing one boot. And it comes with the horse. Hey. And it has the saddles and some of the little jumping stuff. So, yeah. I thought this was really cool, especially something from the 80s. And I do have a Maxie doll. Woo! I mean, it even has the little pink ribbon on the tail. I'm not sure if that came with it or if some girl just put a pink ribbon in her tail. But yeah. And she came in her original box, even though the box is beat up pretty bad. The box is beat up pretty bad, but you know, whatever. Okay. And then I found this doll. This doll was what sent me over the edge. I have no idea who this girl is. I think she's a clone doll of the Spectra dolls that Mattel made. But her body is ridiculous. First, let me show you her costume. It is very 80s, very Astro. Very, like, whatever. Like a one-piece little thing. And then it comes with this two-layered cape with a collar. But I have a feeling that this is going to be one of my new favorite, like, Barbie-sized dolls. Okay, here she is. Okay, now... Yeah! First you look at the body, and then you're just like, what in the world? And then you look at her eyes. If you've ever, what was it, Dream Date Barbie or something like that, who had the gems in her eyes? She's the same way. Hey, Angel Feather Fairy. Well, she's not Mattel. She's by... Creta. Creata. But okay, let me show you a little bit more of her body. Hello, Dolly Crazy. But here's more of her body. For one, her neck. And then her waist. Her arm. She even has a pivot joint. Like right here. Elbow. The hands are just like paddles. Someone said she looks like they made like the anatomy doll that they use in art classes and stuff like that. The wooden doll. Someone said it's like they took that body, added more joints to it, and then made it into clear plastic. And then, of course, she has boop, boop, and then boop. Now, this is a doll from the 80s. On the back of her head, it is marked 1984, and on the body, there's a copyright 87. So I'm guessing 1987. So this is a doll from the 80s now. And she's fully rooted. Unlike other clone dolls, this doll is fully and thickly rooted. You can I don't know what doll line this is, what company this is, but I'm going to look this company up. Bye, Blaine. I'm going to look this company up and see what other dolls like this they have made. Because this is pretty cool. I know she's probably a knockoff of the Spectra line from the 80s. Oh, Creata. And then on the body it has Polistil Co. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. But with the outfit and the coloring of the doll, I'm pretty sure this doll came as one piece. And it's not just like some Frankenstein. Hey, Superboy 14. And it's not just some cobbled together doll. I'm pretty sure this was a whole doll. She is a little floppy around the midsection, I do have to say, but maybe that is something that could be fixed with a little bit of either rubber bands, clear rubber bands, or even maybe a little hot glue. Maybe. Like hot glue sweating a BJD. Electra, I have no idea who she is. I don't know the company. I don't know the line. She's from the 70s. I mean the 80s. Only thing I can guess is a knockoff of the Spectra doll line that Mattel produced. So yeah. Her. That's all I can say is her. Yeah, the chrome body doll is probably part of the Spectra doll. By Krita? We'll have to look into that. Because I do have a Spectra doll. Matter of fact, let me see if I can go get her real quick. For once, I'm not in my pajamas. Oh. Okay. This is one of the Spectra dolls that Mattel produced with the chrome gymnast Barbie body back in the 80s. Yeah, this is made by Mattel. I found this doll at a flea market naked. This is actually a modern day fashion pack dress, but it looked really good on her. She was made back in the 80s, and that's what I'm guessing is that this doll was a knockoff competitor version or of this doll. That's what I'm thinking. I think they can be friends. Why can't we be friends? Just because I have more articulation than you. She also has tinsel in her hair. If you can see that. But she does not have tinsel in her hair. I would love to have more Spectra dolls. But if I can find more of these dolls as well, would love to have some of those too. Because these are pretty cool. This part of her outfit is pretty toast because it's stretched out. It's very ill-fitting. And if I try to wash this material right here, I'm pretty sure it's going to flake apart and just deteriorate. Because I had a Barbie outfit, a Barbie mermaid tail made with this material. And as soon as it got wet, it was game over. Game over. But I can definitely use her cape. I can definitely use this. I still can't get over this doll. I can't. Okay. Now, I also went to Hobby Lobby. How do I fix a Barbie's hair? I use Windex and other plastic cleaners and fabric softener for a conditioner. And with the fabric, I use the Windex is like a shampoo, and then I wash it out, and then I put fabric softener in their hair, and I work it through like conditioner, and then I brush the hair out, starting from the tip of the hair, going to the base, and then I just brush until the brush goes through smoothly, and I also use a wire toothbrush like that. It's basically a brush they use to brush cats and dogs, but I use it for dolls because that works best for them. Yeah, Windex, any window cleaner, because a lot of windows are made out of plexiglass these days, which is basically a plastic. They're made out of plastic, basically. So, what is doll hair made out of? Plastic. Doll hair is plastic. So, it works basically the same. And you don't have to, use your expensive shampoo, which benefits the plastic hair none because they can't absorb any of the nutrients from the shampoo. And the fabric softener works the same with the plastic hair like it does fabric. It relaxes it and softens it so you can brush out better. That way you don't have to waste your hair conditioner as well. I mean, I've used shampoo and hair conditioner on my doll's hair before. The only doll's hair I would probably use that on these days is mohair or actual human hair doll hair. That is probably the only time I would use human shampoo and conditioner on a doll's hair. Is if it's actual hair fiber. But, oh yes. Oh, you saw, okay. Superboy. I found this at Goodwill. They've already seen this, but you missed it, so. Maxie. I have a Maxie doll already, but I found this horse, and there's other pieces in here as well, including part of the riding outfit. How much did I pay for this? I paid the most for this. I paid like $5 for this. That was the most I paid. You want to know something funny? They were wanting $6 for this doll. For this doll, they were wanting $6. But I picked all the $6 tags off of her dress. And I picked a $1 tag out of the hair of the Chrissy, of the Grow Hair Chrissy. I stuck it on her apron. So I got her for like $2. I was not paying $6 for her. I'm sorry. She's cute and everything. I was not paying $6. So I replaced her $6 tag with a $2 tag. She's what I call a Walda cousin. If you know the Walda dolls. Come on, $6 is outrageous. But if you know the Walda dolls, this is what me and other people who collect Walda dolls call the Walda cousin. Because she is another widely used and mass produced doll head. I expected to be scolded, but okay. I'll take it. Oh, what? The porcelain doll I just held up? No, she's definitely not worth no $6. No. Not even on the market. Okay, hold on. What doll is worth more than $60? The only thing I probably know that's probably worth more than $60 that I've held up right now is probably this. Maybe. Maybe. Everything else I've held up so far is definitely way below the $60. I know this girl isn't worth $60. I think, actually, I think she's my second one. I think I already have one of her. But no, for these dolls, I won't pay anything over $5 for these. Because really, you can still find them everywhere. Very mass produced. Not the best quality either. But they're cute. They're just so darn cute. Dust? That depends. It depends. Cause dust can turn clothes dingy. Dust can sometimes get into their eyes and hair. And with my Monster High dolls, the glue in their head, which also seeps out into their hair, or if they have rock hard hair product in their hair, the dust will stick to that very bad. And the only way to get it out is to wash the hair. Now, dust is not that big of an issue because it's usually easily cleaned off. But you do not want to let the dust build up. Because if you do, then you're going to have to end up washing hair, you're going to have to end up washing clothes, you're going to have to end up washing the doll itself. It's just a big mess. So, regular dusting. Okay, I got sidetracked. But I also went to Hobby Lobby. I do have Instagram. I have Instagram. Well, yeah, for porcelain dolls. Yeah, I can definitely see dust scratching. Like if you Oh, on Instagram I am Stephen Doll. Doll. Stephen Doll 91, I think. Yeah. My picture is a picture of a Barbie. So, yeah. But okay, yes. Keep getting sidetracked. I went to Hobby Lobby and they were having a sale on shadow boxes, so I picked up one because I don't know if you can see, but this shelf right here has different dolls on it. That shelf, that corner shelf there, used to hold my collection of carnival dolls. Now, carnival dolls. Which one? Which one? There's so many. It's like, which shelf? But the carnival dolls were some of the first dolls I collected. Because I really loved their face. And I loved their outfits. But they were not meant to be played with at all. So, the box is under her. Over here? There? That one? That one? Oh yeah, that's my black composition baby. Yeah. Got lucky finding her. Or him. Yeah. So, over the years, I've kind of grown out of my carnival dolls. But their faces and their clothes are just so darn cute, I can never bring myself to get rid of them. I can't. I don't know what it is. Every time I go to take them off the shelf, they just go, no, no. And I'm just like, but I never do anything with you. So, I had an idea. I was like, well, these dolls were mainly meant to display, not really to play with. So, why don't I find a different way to display them? I decided that I'm going to try to make art with them. But still make them, you know, beautiful. I got this shadow box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 to 2 carnival dolls in each shadow box, depending on how big the shadow box is, or if they go together. And I'm going to, like, do a little diorama, or, like, do a little background, and so forth and so on, and just make it look pretty, you know. Kind of like art. And then I can hang them up. This way, I don't have to worry about dusting the doll. They have a new purpose and a new reason for me to keep them. That, or if I still am not that attached to them, I can sell them or give them away as gifts or whatnot. Because then they'll be more than just creepy carnival dolls. They'll be art. And you know how people love art. You know, like a parlor piece. I kind of already have ideas for this one, maybe, with one of my favorite carnival dolls, which I will definitely be keeping. And it has to do with flowers. So, I'm pretty excited for this. And, okay, this is not a thrift haul find, and I did not get it today. I actually bought these the other day when I got paid. But I bought 2 of the deluxe fashion pack fashionistas. In other words, they came with a separate outfit. Oh, hey, Blaine. Oh, and that's cool. The last Horseman factories were actually in South Carolina. They closed down in South Carolina. So, I find Horseman dolls all the time, but I've never really actually seen a Princess Peggy doll, except for in doll shows. Because apparently they are pretty popular around here for collectors. Oh, yeah. So professional. Okay, yes. I wanted the girl in the yellow dress. I wanted this girl right here, but they didn't have her, so I settled for these two. Okay, that one's got a glare. I just liked her face, and her outfit's pretty cute. I know there's a horrible glare. Sorry. But her whole look just reminded me of, like, American Horror Story Coven. We wear black on Wednesdays. Kind of deal. And then this girl, I just like her. She's pretty cute. And then the other outfit's pretty cute as well. So, I got those. And I would love to get some more blind bags, some more Shopkins. And I love the wild style, like, animal shoppies now. Like, the little fuzzy little animal things. I'm like, oh my god, those are so cute. So cute. And then I would like to get more LOL dolls, like the LOL Surprise Pets. Those are cute. And now they have confetti ones, which, I mean, come on. It's a confetti blaster and dolls. What's not to like? So, I would like to get some more of those as well. Eventually, in the future. Someday. I have a lot to work on. I mean, I probably won't be getting much of... Oh, yes, your new Rosemary. Okay. Oh, it was by Horseman. I thought it was by F&B. I thought your Rosemary doll was by F&B. Because I have a composition Rosemary F&B up there on the top of my shelf. Yeah, I have a composition one up there on the shelf. Come on. I'll show you. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Let me turn this light on. Or she was considered a mama doll. I don't know if y'all saw that at all. There she is. Well, when I did research, I do think they did come in 2 sizes. Actually, when I did some research on her. Her wig could use a little work. It's a bit matted from age. She does have a few bad spots on her. And she does need dusted. And probably her clothes washed. I think her hair is mohair. I'm pretty sure it's mohair wig. I felt like I forgot something. Did I forget something? I feel like I forgot something. Oh well. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also my plans for my BJDs and stuff. I know I say I want all this stuff, like the Shopkins and the LOL and stuff like that, but in all truth, I probably won't be getting any. Because right now, I'm going to be saving. Yes, yeah, my story. I'm going to be trying to save up a lot of money for my BJDs now. Because now that I have this story going the way I want it to and the way it's finally clicking now, I'm probably going to be trying to spend a lot more time on my BJDs. So, things like surprise blind bags and stuff like that, I'm probably not going to be able to justify buying those when I also have this big other thing that I want to get that's more important to me. So, in all, I'm probably not going to be getting them. I say I want them, but it's still they're my BJDs and other dolls. Like I'm still looking for the Our Generation Ralphie doll. I'm still looking for him. And my other dolls, they're down here. BJDs and the other dolls are up here. So, yeah, priorities there. But still, I mean, you have to sacrifice some in life to, I can't just collect everything that I see. Even though it's tempting, it is very tempting. But you have to prioritize at some point. I'm actually thinking about going through my Barbies as well. I love China head dolls. I do. Um, I have a small collection up there of antique China heads. And then below, I have a smaller collection of reproduction China heads. I love China heads. They're so pretty. My mom has a tin head doll that was restored by someone else. How do I know the difference? Well, usually it's in the quality. Usually it's in the quality. Like, hold on. Let me see. Let me get the big head. The big head. Now just overlook the fact that she's broken. But this is a authentic antique China head. She's broken, overlook that fact. But look at her face. I know this isn't the best video quality, but she has a beautiful face, doesn't she? Finely painted details that are painted into the glaze. Now these are reproduction China heads. Hey Mary. Now these are reproductions. They're nicely painted, but still you can definitely tell the difference between this and this. The colors especially around the lips Hey, Ray. You see, her lips are kind of just... You can tell they're painted on, hand painted. But her lips are more distinguished, more delicately painted, like fine china, like a china plate. This one has a 14 inside the head, which probably just marked the size. Some of them may have German on the back, German 1. Some of them might not even be marked at all. But also, these are, this one is marked on the back. It's marked Mark Farmer. That's a company. This is a reproduction, but it's a vintage reproduction. Because Mark Farmer went out of production a long time ago. So if you find any china heads or parts with Mark Farmer on them, that's a reproduction doll. Another, and how you can also tell a Mark Farmer reproduction, is the Mark Farmers reproduce their dolls by making casts of the original dolls. And when you make a cast of the original doll, you lose some of the details. I love these dolls. They're cute. They have character. And it's nice to know that, you know, Mark Farmer, it's nice to know that little bit of information. That even though they're reproductions, they're still vintage reproductions. So just because they're reproductions doesn't mean they don't have to be worth something to you. I mean, I have... Yeah, the seams are very telltale. That's the same thing with BJDs, with recast. If it's a recast, the seams are usually a good sign of it, because usually the seams are very bad. They're either uneven or they're very raised. But of course, if you get a BJD that's tan, usually they come with pretty bad seams anyways, because it's hard to hide those seams. So, on a tan BJD, you kind of just have to deal with it. But yeah. And my other two bigger, you also have to look at the way they're dressed. You have to look at their bodies, see what they're stuffed with. Obviously, you see this one has spots for 2 holes, but it's not drilled through. So obviously that is an indication of a reproduction. Because usually a china head has 2 holes right there. An authentic one has 2 holes, or 4 holes, to hold the head on. This one's also stuffed with like beans or something. So definitely a reproduction. And the head is glued on with a clear glue, and so that's an indication of reproduction. Also, I'm pretty sure there's something about the shoes that will help you indicate if it's a reproduction. And obviously, this doll is a reproduction with this dress. This is definitely not an antique dress. Do you know if there is a China doll that looks like a little girl or a chin doll? I didn't even notice you said chin doll. I um a China doll of a little girl. Huh. I mean, do you mean like Frozen Charlottes? Cause there are Frozen Charlottes, which are little China dolls, but they're all China. They're made completely of China. No cloth. And they are pretty baby-like figures. Um, chubby bodies and everything. And they also use China and a lot of different other dolls than just China heads. I mean, there are some China head dolls that have wigs, inset eyes, neck plate. Yeah, the Frozen Charlottes because of the tail. Because Charlotte was a woman who refused to wear a coat on her way to a party, and she ended up freezing to death in the sleigh on the way because it was snowing. That's why she's called Frozen Charlotte. But it's a tall tale. They don't know if it's true or not, but that's where they say the name comes from. Ooh. But yeah. I love China heads. I love a lot of different dolls. Oh, would y'all like an update on this girl? If y'all follow my Instagram, and Dolly Grandma, you know this girl. I sent you pictures of this girl when I found her. But this girl... Oop, she lost her shoe. Maybe not right now. I will not be making a update right now, or I have to get my room into a state to where I can say I'm proud to show it. And right now, it's a bit of a disaster zone. As you can see, all this behind me, there's boxes, there's a toy set. Actually, this is from today. There's a lot of stuff I need to get together first. It's getting better. It is getting better. It is. I have an area. I have an open area out here, which is pretty freaking amazing to me. But still, I need to better organize things. But yes, Dolly Grandma, this is the doll. Her hair was unfortunately given a cut by her last owner. I washed all the makeup and stuff off of her and out of her hair. I cleaned her body. I still do not know what to do about these eyes. I know I could probably replace the eyelashes with paintbrush bristles and some glue, but I don't know what to do about the eyelids. Okay, as you can see, her eyelids are chewed up. Now, I have two options with that. I can either replace her eyes completely, which there is someone on Instagram who I have been following, and she's up in North Carolina, not that far from me, and she makes custom doll eyes for like dolls like her and other types of dolls. So maybe I can, if I can find out how to get her head off of her neck socket right there, maybe I can replace the eyes. Watercolor pencil. No, I'm talking about her actual eyelashes, Dolly Grandma. You see, there's a slot right there where she had rooted eyelashes, but they literally plucked her eyelashes out. So, yeah, that's what her face makeup is pretty good, actually. There's a little bit of rub off on her lips. That's about it. But the rest of it's fine. I need to replace her actual rooted eyelashes, because they literally ripped her eyelashes out. Well, yeah. I was wondering what you're talking about, and then I'm like, oh, she must mean about the drawn on ones. But no, those are fine. Her face is pretty fine. That and plus her eyes have actually been damaged. I don't know if y'all can tell, but there's water damage to the to this eye mainly, rather than that eye, which is why I had her wearing glasses. So I can either replace the eyelashes and then maybe repaint the eyelids, remove what's left of them, and then repaint them. Hopefully it works. Or I can find out how to get this head off of her neck, pop the suckers out, and then replace them. And then maybe while I do have that, find out how to reroot her. But other than that, for now, she's a whole lot better than what she was. She's a whole lot better than what she was, though. And she even looks happier. I think she looks happier. And if y'all don't know, this is actually an 18-inch Madame Alexander doll. Yeah. Dolly Grandma, you were the first person to see what she used to look like. You were the first person other than me to see her at all. So she partially has you to thank, Dolly Grandma, because you were the one that told me to bring her home. So she has you partially to thank for Dr. Steven. I don't think I've reached doctorhood yet. I'm more of like a nurse. Just doing stitches and stuff. I still have a lot to learn to reach doctor. But I'm learning. I am learning, though. Oh. For a day that didn't turn out the way I planned it turned out to be a pretty good day. Oh, you mean, Jamie? Or was it Jasmine? And then you had the doll that you bought that apparently was found in a cemetery, or that's what they said. It was found in a cemetery, even though it looked like they just smeared ash and makeup all over it. You did a good job on her, by the way. I am sure she is really happy to be with you. Gemma! The crispy Frito doll. Well, I'm sure both of them are happy to be with you. Someone that's going to treat them with the respect and dignity that they deserve. Other than, who else had them? Especially that one that came with you with no eyes and the crispy Frito doll. Yeah. Mm. She looked more like she was used for like a Halloween prop. One of our generation girls I have was used for a Halloween prop, and she still has a red food color staining around her neck, where they tried to put fake blood and red food color in her eyes and stuff, and it seeped down to her cloth body. It took me forever to get that red out of her eye sockets. I'm still over here playing with this girl. Ooh. I wonder if she could fit Barbie clothes. They're about the same size. It might be Barbie dress up. It might be Dolly dress up time. um, it's mainly certain ones. I would love to try to name all my dolls, but then I forget their names. So if I'm going to name them, I need to get like a little alphabet letter bead set and start making them like bracelets or necklaces with their names on it, because I will, yes, tag them, because I will forget. Oh, okay, yeah, I will definitely do that. Hold on. I just so happen to have these two Barbie fashionistas here. Do a little play. Like, OMG, you're totally out of this world. Okay, I kind of imagine her being from the music video Britney Spears with Iggy Azalea, if y'all know that one. Crap, what is it? Pretty girls. Pretty girls. All around the world, pretty girls. With all the boys. Cause we're just so pretty. Watch me get tagged for that. It's gonna be fun dressing her. My mom collects dolls, so. Well, it's not what they think. It's, it's your thing. They don't have to approve of it because it's your thing. I mean, if she's scared of your dolls, then she doesn't have to come in your room. That's my thing. I mean, I have one guy at work who swears I do voodoo. And I may or may not have played on that a little because it's fun messing with him. Yes, Dolly Grandma. Hey, Mystical Moonstones. And actually, no, that was... Oh, yeah, that bride doll. You were supposed to get her, weren't you? Have you gotten her yet? Okay. Well, while I wait on... Yeah. I'll get to your questions in just a second, Mystical Moons. Oh, so she's on her... Watch it. When you get her, nothing will probably happen. Because I bet you the doll was just acting out because people were treating her like a science experiment. And she was tired of it. Oh, you gotta send me pictures when you get her. Okay. Mystical Moonstones. You're talking about this doll, right? No, this is not a Spectra doll. She is from the 80s, though. I have no idea who she is. I have no idea who she is. But she has a crazy jointed body. She has jewel eyes. I mean, she's just I do have a Spectra doll. See, this is my Spectra doll. I got her at a flea market. And they're definitely not made by the same company. Definitely. I had to get her. I don't know. I think New York has a pretty good thrifting scene because my friend Jeremy, who lives in New York, he's always finding the best stuff. He's found 2 Kenner Blythes for dirt cheap and has sold them for hundreds of dollars. I'm so jealous. Yeah, Mystical Moonstones. You had a Kenner Blythe at one time, didn't you? Yeah. You found one once. Yeah, he found 2 of them. He found two of them for dirt cheap and sold them for hundreds of dollars. I was like, boy, I would have kept both of them. But really, I was just jealous because he didn't sell them to me for the friend price. Yeah. But, Mystical Moonstones, I found this vintage 80s. Well, I don't know. Okay, I don't like calling things from the 80s vintage because it's not vintage, it's retro. So, this retro My Little Pony with shoes and a hair clip. Yeah, people call Barbie dolls and stuff from the 80s and all the 80s stuff. They call them vintage and I'm just like I catch myself doing it and I hate it because technically it's not vintage. It's retro. Vintage is like the ponytail Barbies. You know, the 50s and the 60s. That's vintage. 50s, 60s and 70s. Yes, I know. I know. I've already seen because and you, Stephanie, a few other people from the BJD group have shown interest in going, and I'm just like, maybe. I would like to go, but I don't know. I will have to see. Yeah, for me, it's like 2 hours. Oh, I also found these two little retro Hasbro dolls. 80s. Well, honestly, if you don't know what a doll's worth, buy what you like. Just buy what you like. Honestly. Because that's how I started. I wasn't buying dolls for what they were worth. I was buying dolls because I liked them. And half the time when I resell dolls, I don't even sell them for what I paid for. Because honestly, I can't remember what I paid for them. Honestly. Honestly. I mean, honestly. I mean, I know there are people out there who keep track of what they spend on what at what time. I know there's people out there that keep track of this stuff. I'm not one of those. Heck, 3 months for now? Yeah, I know. It would be awesome. But heck, 3 months for now, I won't be able to tell you what I paid for this stuff today. I won't be able to. I can't tell you what I paid for this doll. Pick out any doll in this room and I will not be able to tell you what I paid for them. Because I really didn't care. I bought it because I liked it. I would love to get more of these dolls. Honestly, they're really cool. And I liked the guy. And I saw that they had a dog too that was really cute. And I was just like, why did this line not make it? It's so cool. And then I was like, what if True. Yeah. Like I said, there are people out there, and Tanya, you are one of those people. Very organized. You are organized. I am not that organized. Maybe I will once when I get older. When I get older, maybe I will get more organized and I'll keep better track of these things. But for now, I'm just like, I don't care. No, I don't do that. I mean, if you want to see someone who's organized, I know I've talked about these people, these two before, but if y'all watch 1,000 Splendid Dolls, um, the girl with the orange hair on that channel, she is super duper organized. I mean, she keeps spreadsheets, notebooks of every piece of clothing, every piece of furniture and accessory, every doll. Even if she has duplicates of that dolls, she knows exactly how many duplicates she has. She knows how many outfits she has. She knows what year, what country the doll was manufactured in. She has all this stuff listed down. And every time they get a batch of thrift dolls, she goes through and she updates this information. And she records it. Yes.
Hey, baby. You kind of like spelled the address wrong on this account.
What account?
On the Homes, on my PayPal, you got her name spelled wrong.
That's what it says. V Holmes, HOLE.
You got it spelled wrong. How can we fix it?
We'll have to send another one.
Come help me.
I will be right back. Gotta go help Mom with PayPal.
Oh.
Ugh. Okay, now I'm just kind of wearing my pajama pants. Ugh. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Oh. Yeah. The only thing they probably don't record on that channel, though, probably the only thing they don't record is how much they spent. Or how much. That's the only thing they don't really record. Ooh, excuse me. Well, they get most of it thrifted, so they buy tubs of dolls at a time. So, technically, what they paid for it, besides what it's worth, they probably actually come out on top. Oh my goodness. I don't. Woo. I know, but we love our. We love our babies. And usually they live better than we do. That depends. Do you want to tell? I can only imagine how much Anne is spending right now. Alright, so, well, I mean, if you feel no shame, go ahead and tell us. It might make me feel better about spending so much. Because the BJD hobby isn't. The B. 2K in 1 year. Whew. But yeah, it's a. And yeah, they are more stable. True. That's the whole B. Yeah, dolls are addicting. That's the whole thing though with the BJD hobby. Um, the selling and buying and trading thing is very strong in the BJD hobby. Yeah, yeah, Dolly Grandma, you did actually. It was that wax doll, wasn't it? Your antique wax doll. Yeah, and actually, um, my boy Lee, who is a Bobobi Apollo, needs a new face up, and I and gold. Oh, definitely, yeah. But I saw the face ups that Anne Stephanie had done recently for some of her dolls, and I really like them. I really love her aesthetic, which is very natural. Yes, the gold dress. But yeah, I was actually wondering if she would do Lee's head because I really like her style. And I want Lee's character to be like, well, Wiccan, and I want it to be earthy, and I want it to be natural, but still a little bit mysterious. And I think she does really good at that. So I know she doesn't do many commissions. So I'm wondering if maybe she might squeeze me in when I next time she can, or next time I can afford it. Cause I have yeah. Well, I mean, you could do that with like eyebrows, cause you know some of them owls have those eyebrows, and contouring. It's gonna be a lot of contouring. Like he have like shadows and bags under his eyes. A feather wig. Ha, that sounds cool. Actually, I might have a wig and tail set for sale soon. Because my boy Jordan. Oh, the Japanese dolls? Um, well, the BJDs. I'm guessing that's what you mean. And they're not just Japanese. They're from all over Asia and even now all over the world. But yes, BJDs are pretty expensive. Um, and if the doll itself is not expensive, then its accessories and clothing and stuff is going to be expensive. Um, like the ones you showed one time in a room tour. Japanese dolls. Were they like geisha dolls? Were they in like geisha dresses with the white makeup? Oh, that depends. The ones I had were pretty cheap because they were made for the tourist market. They're not really traditional, and they weren't really elaborate. So the ones I had were pretty cheap. Now, if you get more elaborate ones, like let's say one that is the dance of the seven hats, and she's like in full dancing position, and she's like this tall, then yeah, she's expensive. Then that one's probably going to be more expensive. But the ones I had, which I no longer have, were definitely not expensive. And yeah. Well, if she's looking for the ones that I had in a room tour, that was my last room tour was a long time ago. So I think I remember which one she was talking about. They were dressed like geishas. And no, they definitely were not expensive. Let What are geishas? Geishas are traditional Japanese women who dress and live in. They're kind of like the Amish of Japanese. It's okay. I don't know how to spell it either. They're basically like the Amish of the Japanese. Um, they live in a certain traditional fashion, which means everything they do is traditional down to the T. The way they dress, the way they sleep, the way they eat, the way they live. Yes, and they do the ceremonial tea hosting. Um, that's a big thing, and it's also very traditional. So they run things like tea houses where they do the ceremonial tea hosting. Well, it's the way they've decided to live. It's the way they've decided to live. I mean, it's up to them. So, it may sound awful to you, but for them, they find great honor in it. I mean, the tea ceremony itself is quite intricate and complicated. I mean, every little thing they do is traditional, even down to their hand signals for their so yeah, it to them it's honorable. I mean, a lot of us probably wouldn't choose to live that way. Put on all that makeup uh, and all that, but they're seen as a sign of beauty. Like again, it's different cultures. Um, just have to learn. Um, no, she was not supposed to be a geisha. Um, she and her in the opening part of Mulan, she was actually being prepared for marriage. She was being prepared for marriage. Yeah, Mulan was from China, and she was being prepared for marriage. For her, she was supposed to find a suitor, marry, have kids, bring honor to her family and her ancestors. Yeah. Yeah, they dressed fancy to attract a suitor. Oh, my back is turning. No, I have not heard of that. Of course, I haven't done too much research into F&B. There's still so many dolls just I just don't know about. That's why it's good to be part of a doll club. You learn so much. Her hair can be dyed. That's cool. There actually is some people on Instagram and Tumblr who have been kind of experimenting with how to dye dolls' hair. Mainly dolls with this kind of hair. You know, fashion hair doll. Or fashion doll hair. Someone with like hair like this. Not a retro or a vintage doll, but mainly, you know, the modern fashion dolls. And of course, it has to be a doll with light hair, you know, blonde Barbies and so forth. What they would do is they take really cheap craft paint, and they just work it into the hair like shampoo. They just they just soak the hair in it, and they work it in there. And then what they would do is they let the paint harden. They let it dry out completely. And then they wash the hair. And then when it's dry, they wash it out. They'll comb all the clumps out and all that stuff, and it stains the hair. And this is a somewhat permanent dye job. Of course, it's not going to turn out like the color that you work in there. It's going to be lighter than the craft paint, but it's still an interesting concept. It's amazing what people can think of, honestly. I love people like Dolls Ahoy and John and them who are so creative with their dolls and their customs. I wish all I wish so many people lived closer to me. Um, well, he posts vids every now and then. It's just when he feels like it. And yes, they can mold. Um, and sometimes that mold can hop from doll to doll. I think it's called the pox, but it only affects certain plastics. The pox was a really worrisome thing amongst vintage dolls. Like it was if one doll got the pox, yeah. And if one doll in the collection got the pox, that doll had to go immediately. Um, but of course, things might have changed for that. Because it's been a while since I've heard anyone really complain about the pox for dolls. There might have, someone might have come up with a solution. I'm not sure. Basically, I'm just like, keep your dolls clean. If it starts to yellow or break down or get sticky, like I have a doll that's sticky, if that starts to happen, that's just part of it breaking down. It's part of it deteriorating. That can't be stopped. Yeah. I mean, plastics these days, I mean, it may seem pretty tough, but it's not indestructible. And, yeah, I did a lot of research on, I did some research on the pox, but there wasn't much information on it. And I was just, uh, to me, it's best not to worry about it because I have not heard anyone talk about the pox in a long time. Um, I'm pretty sure that they've come up with a solution to the pox. And I have honestly never really came across a doll with the pox. I've came across a doll with mold issues, but it has never affected any of my other dolls. I just learned that the more that I looked into the pox, the more paranoid it made me. But it really hasn't affected me at all. Right. So, just be sure that any doll you bring into your house, if it's used, just make sure you clean it. Make sure it is clean before you put it with the rest of your dolls. Flat with no air. Hmm. Well, that's probably what it was. It was probably the mold. The mold had started taking over the doll and breaking down the doll. That's probably what it was. And if it was in a basement, basements are great places for mold to grow. They're usually damp, they're usually humid or cool and dark. Great places for mold. So that was probably just the conditions for mold. I have a few cloth dolls with mold. Or at least mold stains. The mold is dead. I mean, I've washed these dolls, scrubbed them, bleached them, but they still have mold stains. Hold on. I have the perfect doll to show this. Oh. Tanya has actually, but Dolly Grandma, she sent me some soap that she says is really good, and it's in my laundry room right now. I need to try it on this doll. Maybe it might help. But this doll. Well, yeah, Dolly Grandma, she Tanya is prepared. She's already had a flood come through and yeah, just wipe out her basement. So she's prepared. She has a climate controlled basement. She's good. But this doll right here was given to my mom by my aunt. Something about childhood dolls or something. I don't know. But my mom was going to throw it away. So I went, no, don't throw a doll away. I literally fished it out of the trash. Mm-hmm. Her hair was awful. She really wasn't the prettiest doll. So I was a kid, and we had a clubhouse. And I left her in the clubhouse, and she got wet, and then she molded. And the rats or squirrels ate her hair, and a bunch of other stuff. I've since replaced her hair, as you can see, and I've washed her, scrubbed her, but unfortunately, I cannot get the mold stains out. I have not tried that soap on it yet, so I may try that soap on her, and that might actually help. But for now, I mean, the mold's dead. She has no mold anymore. It's dead. These are just stains left over. They're the scars from my. She is a constant reminder that I need to take care of my things. If not, I have to suffer the consequences. And it's not just me that suffers, it's my precious dolls. So I keep her around for that reason. Her skirt's falling out. The elastic in her skirts wore out. Now I haven't tried that soap yet, though. I really do need to, cause it might actually work on her. But then again, I don't know if I want it to work, because then, like I said, she's a reminder to me to take care of my dolls. But ever since then, I've had her in my house. She's been in good condition. She's been taken care of. She has new hair now. This hair is way better looking than her original hair was. Her original hair was orange and like little tufts of hair with an ugly headband. But yeah. Well, just the fact that well, see, even there, even on the bottom of her feet, you can see it. So yeah. She's a reminder. Her birthmarks. I call some of them freckles. So yeah, mold can attack plastic dolls. It can attack cloth dolls, um, antique dolls, especially if they have wood bodies. Mold can affect composition, wood, stuffing, especially if it's straw stuffing. Yeah. So it's best to keep moisture away from your dolls. And then leather bodies as well. And I know I say this, and then I have a fish tank in my room, but I have a bunch of damp red things around my room that pull the moisture out of the air. So, that helps. How do I clean porcelain dolls? Magic eraser. Magic eraser, maybe a little bit of hot water, maybe a little bit of soap. Hello, Danielle. Well, we've been getting a little bit of rain recently, so it's been moist. It's been damp here. And well, yeah, you can use that on maybe a toothbrush, but with baking soda and OxyClean, you if it's a porcelain doll, you have to worry about the abrasiveness because the abrasiveness could potentially take off the face makeup, the face paint. Usually I would take I used to get a toothbrush like this, and I would get a bowl of hot water with a little bit of dish detergent in it, and maybe a few Q-tips for those little tight corners. And I would just get that, and I would lightly go over the face with the hot water and dish detergent, and then I would go through with a dry rag and wipe off the moisture, wipe the water off of it. Because you don't want to let the dirty water sit on there because then it's just going to dry dirt. You gotta remove it. But then magic erasers came along, and they're just like, oh. Yeah. And usually I will wet one end, and I'll keep the other end dry. So I'll do all the scrubbing with one end, and when I'm done, I will come back with the dry end, soaking up that dirty water. Yeah, just kind of squeegeeing the dirty water off of the doll. Ooh, sorry, girl. And I do that with most of my dolls. My vinyl dolls, my porcelain dolls, my Barbie fashion dolls, um, the vintage hard plastic dolls. The only dolls I don't do that with is composition and cloth. Because, well, I mean, if you're going to wet a cloth doll, you might as well just soak it. And then you don't want to get any kind of moisture near composition dolls. Yeah, like Dolly Grandma says, do not put water on a composition doll or any kind of wood doll. Just don't. Yeah. It depends. With porcelain dolls, if it's a wig, that's tricky because you don't want to loosen the wig glue. So, if the wig is on there good enough, I might try to clean out a little bit of the wig, maybe. Antique dolls, I don't touch their wigs. Antique dolls, I do not touch their wigs. No. No. um, fashion dolls. Fashion dolls. What I'm gonna do is what I described earlier. I'm gonna take Windex, spray the hair down, lather it up, wash it out, fabric softener, pour it on there like conditioner, work it in there, get it all up in there, brush the hair out with the conditioner in it. I mean, with the fabric softener in it. It may a little. It may lather a little. Not much. Just like the fabric softener. The fabric softener may lather a little, but not much. A Coraline doll? You mean like the story Coraline, or like the French doll maker? No, that's a Corel doll. Oh, the movie. I remember the books because I had the book, one of the books when I was a kid. You know, all the little girls out in the straight line, and the last one is Coraline. Oh, I find them all the time at yards, especially the cloth dolls. I find the cloth dolls all the time at thrift stores and yard sales. If you buy them new, they might be a little bit expensive, but you can easily find them thrifted. Yeah, for the new one. Mm. Bam bam bina. Well, I don't know how much older they can be other than me. I don't know how old the stories are. She's doing okay. We've had my niece for a few days, or my niece would come over and spend the day with us. I'm talking about my baby niece, my new niece, not Madison. But my new niece, the newborn, has been coming over and staying with us until her dad gets off of work. And let me tell you, she is a handful. Mom has been happy that I've been off for the past few days because she would not have been able to do it by herself. Um, she's not a year old yet. She's only 2, 3 months, maybe 2, 3 months. Eliza, yeah. And she is an unusual child. She really is. She doesn't really smile much, and she doesn't laugh much. Cause usually babies are all giggly and smiley. She is not. She can scream though. She has her daddy's temper. She does. And but usually she's quite content. She's like she is what I like to call a whatever baby. I mean, my mom came up with a way to be able to, carry her through the house without actually having to carry her. My mom took a clothes basket, put a blanket and a pillow in it, and then put it on her walker, and then sat her inside the clothes basket. And she was just like, okay, this is cool. Whatever. Didn't cry, didn't scream. She was like, okay, cool, whatever. She likes to look around. She's an observer. She likes to look around a lot. She's always like, and she always looks at you like she's trying to figure something out. But overall, she's a good baby. She's a good baby. We think she's going to be left-handed like her dad, though. She grabs everything with her left hand, and her left hand is stronger than her right hand is. So we're pretty sure she's going to be left-handed. Dun, 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 dun. I keep playing with this doll. I'm just like really in awe over her. A ghost of a doll. Well, I think I just need to go ahead and make a video about this, don't y'all? Y'all think I just need to make a video about what I think about haunted dolls? Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you in the nutshell. Yeah. I'm gonna give you an in the nutshell version of what I think. If I like the doll, yeah. Cause honestly, okay, hold on. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. My theory about haunted dolls is that most of the dolls that people claim to be haunted are not. They're not haunted at all. There are a few exceptions out there, like Harold the doll, which my dolly grandma has had experience with, and then other dolls like Annabelle. But those are not human hauntings. Those are demonic. Most of the ones people claim to be human spirits haunting a doll or inhabiting a host, I claim to be nonsense. I believe that dolls are like batteries in reverse. They're like rechargeable batteries. Dolls absorb the energy from around them. They absorb the energy from their owners. They absorb energies from their environment. And I believe that this energy collects inside of them, and eventually they develop their own, how do you say it? Their own energy. They develop their own vibes and their own personality, per se. So, in short, no, that is not some dead child inhabiting a doll. It is the energies left behind that the doll has absorbed. The energies don't belong to anybody but the doll. In other words, it's the doll. It's not some dead kid named Kathy. It's not some child that drowned in a lake. It's not some kid who was brutally murdered. It's a doll that has absorbed energy from many different people, past owners, and its environment, and has developed a somewhat partial consciousness. Some dolls have acquired enough energy to try and communicate with us, whether it be through EVPs, dreams, whispers in the wind, or movement. But most dolls communicate with us through vibes. Dolls mainly communicate with us through vibes. Okay, let's say you get your favorite doll or your favorite toy. How does that doll and or toy make you feel? Makes you feel special. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel all nice, warm, and tingly inside. That's because that is the vibe that the doll is giving off to you. Because to you, to that doll, you are special. Just like from the movie Dolls. Toys are loyal. And that's a fact. Oh, no. I found a bunny and a tiger on the side of the road. This one was given to my mom by my aunt, and she was going to throw it away because she thought it was ugly. The bunny is actually on my bed. But toys are loyal to the people who showed them respect. So all these people out there, especially like the one that Dolly Grandma is getting, the bride doll, that has been all over Facebook, all over the news for scratching and tormenting its owners. Guess what? Its past owners probably did not treat the doll with respect. Therefore, it did not show respect to its owners. So, what would you do to get away from someone who did not show you respect and probably abused you? You would fight back, wouldn't you? I mean, if you were being kept just for some freaking freak showed. See? Wouldn't you, that's abusive. That is abusive. Now, I bet you when Tanya, my Dolly Grandma, gets it, that doll probably won't be as active. Because I know my Dolly Grandma will treat that doll with respect. And she will appreciate my Dolly Grandma. And she will show my Dolly Grandma respect. It may take a while because she's been burned by other past owners. But I'm sure she will warm up to my Dolly Grandma. Yeah. I know my Dolly Grandma will also fix her foot. So, in a nutshell, no. It's not a human spirit inside that doll. What is my mom's favorite doll? Probably Stevie and Pumpkin. Stevie, Pumpkin, and there's another one. Okay, yeah, Oh, hold on, there's 4. Stevie, Pumpkin, I can't remember the bed doll. and Tipsy. Stevie is my twin doll that was made for her by my father as a present. Pumpkin and Tipsy were made by my great grandmother in a class on how to make porcelain dolls. And the other doll that I can't remember was bought by my father for my mother as a gift because it looked like her when she was a baby. Yes, and Corduroy, Corduroy and my first Raggedy Ann and Andy are definitely some of mine, but I have a lot of favorites. Honestly, if my house ever went up in flames, I would probably just sit in my room and wait to go with them. They'd be like, "Come on, we can save you." I'm like, if you cannot save all this, you are not saving me. I know, but I would, oh, it would kill, it would, oh, it would tear me up inside so bad. I would be a nervous. I know it's just things. I know it's just dolls. I know this. But still. Yeah, Dolly, I know you understand, Dolly Grandma, because you had that flood. You had that flood. Oh, we do. Trust me. The smoke alarm lets us know if we don't. Because if those batteries start to go dead, beep, beep, all throughout the house. If one starts to go dead, they all start to go off. It lets us know. And usually at the worst times, meaning like 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I mean, I have plenty of energetic. I call them energetic. I don't call them spirited. I don't call them haunted. I call them energetic. I have plenty of energetic dolls in my collection. I have plenty of energetic dolls in my collection. I treat them with respect, and they do not bother me. And if they mess with me, I just threaten to send them to Goodwill. Oh, I can't even, honestly, I can't even pick out which ones are the most energetic. Um, this girl right here liked to push dolls off of shelves. And I told her if she didn't stop, she was going back to the Goodwill. And she stopped. She looks grumpy, doesn't she? I have a reproduction China head. Actually, you could probably see her. She's the tallest doll on that shelf with the black hair. The day I brought her home, she tried hitting on my ex-boyfriend. I was brushing my teeth. I was brushing my I the day I brought that doll home. She was sitting right by my bed, still in the bag. My fiance at the time was sitting on my bed, and I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth because I'd eaten something and it'd give me a bad taste in my mouth. He yells for me and he's like, "Did you just say something?" And I went, "No, I'm brushing my teeth." And I was saying it in the because I had toothpaste in my mouth. And he's like, "I swore I just heard someone say, 'What you doing?'" And it was like this close. And he was like, and it was like they were right next to me. I looked down on the. I looked down at the floor at that doll and I said, no, mine. Back off." Haven't had any problems since. The other night I was getting into bed and I thought I heard someone whisper in my room. All I did was I turned around, I hit my light on my nightstand, and I just went, "Okay, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up at 10:30, and I have to go to work. I don't have time for this, and I don't have time for you. You keep, and if you keep doing this, guess what? I'm going to find out which one you are, and you go into Goodwill. And you can be someone else's problem. Because no, we ain't playing this game." You can wait until I'm asleep to talk. Haven't had any problems since. Goodwill is always a good threat. I'm just saying. Goodwill is always a good threat. So far, it has worked every time. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. Okay. Let's see. What time is it? Okay. Well, it's already over 2 hours. It's almost 2 hours and 30 minutes for this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end the video. And I am going to thank you all for joining my live stream and for hanging out with me while I gush over mainly this doll. Y'all behave or Goodwill. It works. It works. It's like telling a kid you're going to send them to the orphanage. But again, thank you all for joining my live stream and for showing your support and just for being so great. I hope to have another video or live stream up soon. Don't know when that will be. You know, it's kind of, I just kind of go off of a whim. The next video I do is going to be on haunted dolls, though. Love you too, Dolly Grandma. Bye, everybody. Mwah.